Good afternoon, good evening, everybody. So, for those of you that do not know me, my name is Amanda Ryba. I am the founder of the Illuminate Your Wealth community, and it is my goal to bring people to you that can help shed some light on what the wealthy are doing with their money. And one thing that we know wealthy people understand is it's just not smart to be losing money, especially in the volatile markets that we have going on today. So, I am bringing to you a very, very, very special guest to my right, possibly your left. This individual is somebody that I just recently got connected with, but has been in the financial services industry for almost a decade, just going on 9 years with him and his wife are running a business together out in the Colorado area. And they're so fantastic. He's super knowledgeable about these index accounts and ways to teach his clients how not to lose money because we know the stock market has never been more volatile. And I know how passionate him and his wife are about making sure that people understand there's ways to save and build wealth without losing money. So excited to get to introduce you to the gentleman to my right, Mr. Evan Janas. Evan, please share with everybody a little bit about you, why you're so passionate about what you do, and then we can probably dive right in.
Awesome. Thanks, Amanda. Yeah, coming out to you from Colorado Springs, Colorado. And yeah, I've been in the financial industry for almost 9 years now. And we love it. We love what we do. And one reason why I'm so passionate about this industry is the traditional financial industry is mainly just focusing on the wealthy 5%. So you have to be making quarter million or more a year, have half a million saved up ready to invest, or a lot of financial advisors will charge $2,000 to $4,000 just to do a plan. Whereas we know most Americans are not in that situation. So why are we different? We teach anyone and everyone about the things that we're going to go over with you today, but no one has to be making a certain amount of money or have a certain amount of money saved up to work with us. We're not going to charge them 2 to 4 thousand. We actually don't charge our clients, which is a lot of fun. So it allows us to work with everyone. So yeah, really passionate about it. And why I'm so excited to share with you guys about IULs tonight is a lot of times, with IULs, people think that you can't get good rates of return. 401ks are the best, or Roth IRAs, which I'm not saying any of those are bad, but we have proof tonight. We want to show you guys some actual client statements, even our own personal statements as well, that have been doing very well even as of this year. So we're going to show you some of that tonight. Also, we personally, I have 7 IULs myself. So I practice this myself and I love them so much. Why do I like them? Because unlimited contributions, tax-free growth, market protection, protects against downturns in the market. And for my kids, I have it for my kids as well. For instead of 529 plans, I have these for my kids. So that if they don't want to go to college, they don't have to go to college, or they don't have to, if they don't want to go to college, they're not going to be dinged for not, using the money for college. They can use it to start a business, or if they want to go to college, they don't have to put money that's in an IUL on a FAFSA, which I love. Um, so one quick story. One of my clients, she said, Evan, I don't know. I don't think my IUL's doing much at all. Let's just cancel it. And I said, you know what? Let's just hop on and I'll show you that it's actually doing really well. So what do? We pulled up her 401k, what she's doing in her 401k. We pulled up her IUL. And guess what? Her IUL was outperforming her 401k. And then she's like, oh my gosh, because what do? You can log into your 401k every day and see it. In the IUL, she didn't ever log into it. So she logged in and now she's like, man, I want to do more into my IUL. So that's the power of what we do, is being able to not only grow people's money tax free, but get them good rates of return as well. So a
I
lot of
love it.
illustrations. The maximum illustrated rate we can show on most IULs is 6 to 7%,
Yeah.
which we know they've done a lot better than that. And we want to show you guys some statements of what some of our personal accounts have done and our clients' accounts have done. All right.
Yeah.
So I'm going to flip my screen around so I can
Do
show
it.
you. What I'm going to do first is I'm going to show you one of my personal accounts and one of my kids' personal accounts, and then show you a few other statements as well. And this, by the way, this is as of March and April of this year. So I'm going to show you all this year and last year what it's done. All right. So let me
Nice.
turn this
Let's
around.
take a look. And I love the fact that we believe in our products and we're actually out there representing it, right? Too. That's a big thing. I mean, a lot of people talk
Yes.
about different types of accounts, but they don't actually own it. You and I both own these accounts. Our families have these accounts. And That's a common thing. We will hear it. It drives me nuts. And people say it doesn't live up to the illustration or they don't perform. And to be honest, the illustrations are actually, in my opinion, pretty terrible. They only show 6 or 7%, and we know they can do a lot higher than that. So if you
Exactly.
guys are ready, he's going to show you some good stuff. So buckle up. Take it away, Mr. Janis.
Here we go. Okay, so I'm going to show you my personal account, one of my personal accounts, and what it's done this year. All right, so look at this. This is as of March of this is January. This is January this year, February, March, and April. Look at this. 13% rate of return, 9% rate of return, 11.27%, 21% rate of return, 7%. That's just this year alone. As you can see, the months that it was zero, that means the market was negative that year. So that alone is just showing that a lot of times, there's IULs that do have caps, there's cap strategies, there's uncapped strategies. But I've gotten upwards of 40, 50, 60% returns on my IULs, specifically, in months before. And this is just as of this year. I
And
want
they
to show
tell us,
you
they tell us you're not going to earn more than 4 or 5% in your IUL. What?
exactly, which obviously we've earned much more than that. Um, and I want to show you one IUL that we have has a multiplier. It's pretty cool. It's been able to multiply the return. So I want to show you that. So this one right here. So this is just as of August of last year, one of our accounts. So as you can see here, there's 26,000 in one of the indexes. There was a 4.48% return. So they credited $1,200 to it, but then they multiplied it by 1.963%. So what happened is that was multiplied by almost two. So we actually got $2,300 credited to the account. So it went from 26,000 to 28,000, just that one index. So
Wow. Okay.
that's the cool thing about IULs is you can also have your IULs in accounts that have multipliers or higher participation rates.
Mhm.
Um, yeah, so let's see, what else do we got? We have, I'll show you a client that has quite a bit of money in their account. Um, let's see here. We got one that was doing 8.63% return. And look at
Nice.
look at these values. So they have 1.6 million in this index. They have another 2 million in this one, 795,000 in this one. So 4.8 million. And look at this, 8.46, 9.71%. So, you know, and that's all tax-free growth. So
That's
think
tax
about,
free. As I was just going to say.
right? So think about earning having 2.4 million in one of your index strategies and getting an 8.95%. Where else could you grow that much money tax-free, right? There's no other
It really
place.
is.
There's no other place. So,
And it's also liquid. It's not in something that you can't get your hands on it. That's one thing I love about it is you can
exactly.
access this. You have full access to this.
Exactly. Full access, full access.
Hmm.
And so then now I want to show you is another client that did an 18%. So look at this. We got 18.83%. All right. This
Nice.
is just as of last year. And then if we go over to this one was getting a 13.61% return
Nice.
as well. So, that IULs are getting great returns, and so don't listen to people that say IULs are only going to get a 2% or 4%, or there are IULs and that have caps, but there's plenty of IULs that do not have caps. So
Hmm.
yeah, I could show a few more, Amanda, but I can hand it over to you because I know you have some really good ones as well. Or did you want me to show
I
any more?
do. I do. I can show a few more. I can show a few and then I'll toss it back to you to show a few. And I mean,
Perfect.
the whole point of this, guys, is just to show you what's actually possible because again, when we show illustrations to clients, we're only showing a 6.5. I don't even show 7 anymore. It's hard to even find where you can show 7. That's just the highest we're allowed to show. That doesn't take into account what these accounts can actually do and the fact that a lot of the companies that we work with today, like Evan said, have multipliers and things that participation rates where you can really beef up the interest that you're going to see inside these accounts. And most of the ones that I'm even looking at here, like these are, I mean, I'll show you older statements because yours were more recent. So I'll show you a few that date back to like 2020, 2021, 2022. So you can see that, and especially when like the market was a little bit crazier. So this is my personal statement. This was from 2021 to 2022. And 2022 was not a good year. This is not a good year in the market. So January 2022, 2022, check out what my account did, 10.56%. Tax
Wow,
free.
that's
I'll
awesome.
take it, right? Not bad. I wasn't mad about it. And then this was one of our clients that was back in 2021. So these ones are going to be a little bit older for you guys so you can see. This was a client. Let's see if it's blurry. Okay, cool. Hope it's not too blurry. That was at about 90,000, and these two indexes pretty much split evenly between the two. They This year he hit his cap. He got his 9% and his 12% rate of return in both of these, and you'll notice where we at here that got credited 8,000 and 10,000 in these two indexes. But to Evan's point earlier, these have multipliers on them. So times 2.1 or times 1.9, this was the actual credit that came into the account. So this is what they would have gotten without the multiplier. This is what they got with the multiplier added into their portfolio and their new ending balances. This, and that was only showing 12 and 18%, or 12 and 9%. Nothing crazy.
Wow.
Here is the client that's recent. This is a 2024 statement. If it's not blurry, let's see. Hopefully it's not blurry. Hard to tell. But this one is 11.67 rate of return in hers. And as you can tell by the fact that these statements are all different, these are all different companies. So we don't just stick with one. Here's another company that we love because it gives us, again, multipliers. With this one, it had 34,000 in there, hit its cap, hit its 9% rate of return, got credited 3 grand times 2.75, ended up actually getting credited 8.332 or $8,332 inside their account. That was a really good one. Here's another one. This one goes back to 2021 as well. This guy had, it's hard to see because it's an older statement, but 104,000 in one index and 58,000 in the other. Check this out. I don't know if you can see it. Can you see it? 61%.
Wow.
This was a 1 year no cap strategy. 1 year no cap. S&P. 61%
It's awesome.
times, wait, it gets better. 61% times 3.42 is the multiplier on that. So
Wow.
he got credited, he would have gotten 64,000 times 3.42. He actually got credited $219,000 inside that account. This other one, it was capped at 25%. He hit his cap. He got 14 grand. No multiplier on that one, got 14 grand. But check that out, 64,000 times 3.42%. That's crazy. And one last little one here we can take a look at. This is a little bit of a smaller one. Beginning value is at 2,000. Um, Here, earned 92%
Wow.
times multiplier, 1.1. Ended up getting credited 101.7% on that. And with a value of more than doubled it. Went from 2,132 to 4,105. Imagine if this person had like hundreds of thousands of dollars in there. Just imagine. Crazy, right? This was a 5-year high par index S&P 500. So you're looking at the years of 2017 to 2021. So again, it just shows you guys what's possible. Like, we're not showing you one statement. We're not showing you two statements. We're showing you like 10 statements from all different companies. Like, I can usually tell based on what the statement looks like what the company was. But what else you got over there for us, Evan?
Yeah, so we want to show you guys, what the S&P 500 has done and how powerful it is to have a guaranteed floor. Because right now, I don't know if I think you probably would agree, the economic conditions are not that stable. We don't know what's going to happen. It's an election year. Anything can happen, right? So we want to make sure our clients' money and our personal money, as you see, we do this ourselves, is
Mhm.
protected. If the market goes down 30, 50, 80%, like some people have predicted. All right. So I'm going to show you what the market has done. As you can see, over the years, it's gone up, down, up, down. Remember 2008, and then way
Yeah.
up. And we remember 2020, we had a market correction, went way back up. And so we're hovering right around here right now. So we are still at some of the highest points in the market right now. And so When we're at the highest points in the market, that just means that there's more opportunity for it to go down. And if you believe that the economic conditions right now are a little bit unstable, unpredictable, and unreliable, then why would you want to gamble your money with your money?
Mhm.
Because there's a really good chance that it could be gone. It could be gone.
Yeah.
So I want to show you the power of indexing and how indexing versus not indexing and how important it is. All right, because and by the way, I'm going to show you with a 15% cap, all right, compared to something in the market that has no cap at all right, so let me pull this up so I can show you. So we're going to look at a client that has $100,000, and we're just going to say the floor is 0, cap is 15. So as you saw, we had some IULs that got much higher than 15%. These
Mhm.
are the S&P index returns over the last, since 1997 to 2018 there. But what we're going to show you, the year range is 2000 to 2023. All right. So this cool tool that we have is if someone put in $100,000 in year 2000, well, year 2000 it was negative 10%. So year 100,000 would have gone down to 89,000, and 2001 was negative 13%. 2002 is negative 23. So while our IULs would stay at 100,000, your accounts or any money in the market would have been at 59,000, losing almost half. And then look, took if we look at 2007, right? It almost got up to 100,000. Now we're at 151 in the index. We know what happened in 2008. Boom. Now we're down to
Mhm.
61,000. And so as you can see, and this is with a 15% cap, guys. So if we just look at the ending values here, so in 2023, we would have been at 630,000 in index and versus 324,000 in not indexed. By the way, that not indexed was not capped. This is showing a cap of 15%. So that just shows that the power of a floor, it can be just as important or more important than losing money, right?
Mhm.
Than just getting all the great rates of return.
Yeah, I always say, do you want to? I mean, the idea is you give up a little bit of the upside so you don't deal with any of the downside risk, right? And so many
Hmm.
people are like, oh, and then I don't want to give up, my good growth, my 30, 40% growth. But realistically, how often does that actually happen?
Hmm.
Not
Yep.
very often, right?
Not
Once
very
or
often.
twice here and there. Then you also have to deal with the 30, 40% negatives too, the risk that hits your portfolio. So
Exactly. Yep.
I think the key is, guys, that it's not that investing in the market is bad. We're definitely not against that. Like, I know I personally have money in the market. I'm sure Evan does too. It's just there's times and places for it, right? There's a right way and a wrong way to do it. The right, like, at the end of the day, if you're going to put money in the market, you better be okay with knowing that you have the chance of losing it. And just in that period from 2001 to 2008, when you hadn't even broken even yet with investments in the market, like, just imagine. I want you to think and imagine, what if you were retiring then? What if that was you and you were retiring in 2 or 3, or planning to retire in 2 or 3 years, and bam, the market took 40% of your entire life savings overnight? Like, that's what can happen inside those strategies. And does it happen all the time? No. Happens on average about once a decade, but lately it's been more frequent than that. We've seen more hiccups in the market. So it's just important that you get educated on it. And if you are looking into IULs as a safety net against market risk, they're fantastic for that. Now, we have been talking about IULs this whole time. If you guys don't know what IULs are, definitely check out the video. I'll have a video linked in the description below where you guys can dive in and learn a little bit more about it. But I know Evan has fantastic content on social media. Evan, where can they find you if they want to connect with you?
Just Evan Janas at Evan Janas. Yep.
And he's on Instagram, he is on TikTok and Facebook, all three.
Yep. Hmm.
All three, you guys can't miss him. I'm bugging him to try and get a YouTube channel and all that stuff started, but we got to get him comfortable on the other platforms first. But he puts out fantastic content. Again, this guy has been in the industry for well over 9 years, just going on a decade. Mr. Bermudez, good to see you. Good to see you. And yes, I would agree that we are definitely pending something big to come. Like Evan said, election year, guys, uncertainty, and just buckle up, because if you're in the market, it's probably going to be a bumpy ride. So, but IULs, good potential hedge against that, right? Downside is you
Mhm.
got to get approved for them, but fantastic opportunity to just really lock in your growth and not have to worry about any risk. So, anything you want to say to everybody before we sign off, Megan?
No, just wanted to say, yeah, just be. I would encourage everyone to be open about other strategies. Just because you haven't heard of it doesn't mean it's not real, and then people aren't participating in it. You see, we ourselves participated in ourselves.
Mhm.
So yeah, it was great being on with you, Amanda. Thanks for me having me on your YouTube live today, and hope to do this again.
We love it. And you guys, if you want to connect with us, right, you can obviously reach out to me through the link in my bio. You can connect with Evan. All of his social media will be linked below. Definitely go follow him. He makes great content. And if you do book a call or want to explore this further for yourself, because again, this video is not meant to be taken as investment advice. This is just sharing with you what has worked for other people. We're happy to talk one on one if you have questions. Let us know that you were on this live so that we know that you've been educated and that you've seen this so that when we sit down, we're not having to kind of go through the whole thing all over again. Um, but Evan, would you be down if people reach out to do a complimentary client consultation with anybody that is looking for more information on IULs?
Absolutely,
Okay.
100%.
Same here. We're happy to help you guys. We're here to give. We're here to add value. So if you want to learn, let us know. And we look forward to connecting with you all next time. Everyone, enjoy your night.